Oh, so if I get hurt, it happens, right?
Yep.
What's this? That one, Chef?
Good.
It doesn't say what it is. What's this? It looks like Hollywood. Oh, did you make a movie? What did you make a movie about? You're alright. Oh, look at that picture. Look at that picture.
This one. That one's family.
This one?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. And what this one must be like physical fitness?
Yep.
Yeah. What about this one? Chess?
Yep. Painting.
What's this one?
That's painting.
Painting. What's this one?
That's trash. Where that's the second.
But does it say what it is? Oh, okay. I like him telling me. What's this one?
That's woodworking.
Oh, I thought that was me. That's Gavin. Is it nice that Gavin and Cap, did you know they were coming?
This is sticker painting.
What did you do? You took a picture.
I don't know.
You don't remember that one?
Look at that.
Oh, that's cool. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You did a lot of hard work for this.
Oh, yeah. No way, killers. That was okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt Butler. I am the Scoutmaster of Troop 405, and I'd like to welcome you to this very special occasion or event in the Scouting program. We are excited to have you here, as the ceremony will serve as a testament to the hard work, the dedication, and service that a Scout must fulfill to reach the Eagle Scout rank. Will everyone please stand for the presentation of the colors? I would like to invite everyone to please join us with our opening ceremony with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Senior Patrol Leader Liam Hall.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Scouts, please stand. Scout law. Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Scout oath. My honor, I would do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. 2.
All right, I would like to begin. I would like to invite Reverend Dr. Luke Linden of Medina United Church of Christ Congregational to begin the ceremony with an invocation.
Let us pray. We give you thanks, O God, for Owen, for the troop and the community around him that kept him on the trail to this eagle that led us to this day. We thank you for all the campouts in your first testament of nature. The hills he hiked, the lakes and streams he swam are your handiwork. We thank you for all the merit badges and counselors, the mentors and friends and family that were included in all this. May you continue to teach, and may Owen be a lifelong learner. We give you thanks for the character and values imparted, for the great cloud of witnesses that are surrounding him every step of his way to this day. We thank you for Kristen and for Kevin, for their epic parenting, and more than a few little nudges that I'm sure happened to make this day possible. And we thank you for your presence in Owen. May you continue to live the values he has learned, endeavoring to be mentally awake, physically strong, and morally straight, to embody the 12 points of the Scout Law, and to be the joy that he is to all who know him. And for the 36 instruments collected in an amazing project, we give you thanks with humble hearts. Holy One, be with us here, as you have been all along, with those with senses to perceive. In your many holy names we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Linden. And now I'd like to call upon Howard McComas, Troop 405 Charter Organizational Representative and a member of the American Legion. Howard A. Blair, Post 423, the sponsoring organization for Boy Scouts, Troop 405.
On behalf of the American Legion, Howard A. Blair, Post 423, and Scouting America, Great Trail Council, I declare this Court of Honor to be duly convened for the sole purpose of presenting the Eagle Scout Award to Owen David Cavicchi.
Thank you, Howie. As we begin this court of honor, these scouts that sit here before me recited the scout oath and law. These statements embody the fundamental principles of scouting. These statements are the spark that lights what we know as the scouting spirit of scouting, a spirit that burns brightly in the hearts of every scout. So that you can better understand what some of the scouting is all about, please listen as Troop 405 alumni and Eagle Scout Josh Carlson presents the 12 points of the Scout Law.
A scout is trustworthy. A scout tells the truth. He keeps his promises. Honesty is a part of his code of conduct. A scout is loyal. A scout is true to his family, friends, scout leaders, school, nation, and world community. A scout is helpful. A scout is concerned about other people, and he willingly volunteers to help others without expecting payment or reward. A scout is friendly. A scout is a friend to all. He is a brother to other scouts. He seeks to understand others. He respects those with ideas and customs that are different from his own. A scout is courteous. A scout is polite to everyone, regardless of his age or position. He knows that good manners make it easier for people to get along together. A scout is kind. A scout understands that there is strength in being gentle. He treats others as he wants to be treated, and he does not harm or kill anything without a reason. A scout is trustworthy. A scout tells the truth. He keeps his promises. Honesty is a part of his code of conduct. A scout is loyal. A scout is true to his family, friends, scout leaders, school, nation, and world and community. A scout is helpful. A scout is concerned about other people. He willingly volunteers to help others without expecting payment or reward. A scout is friendly. A scout is a friend to all. He is a brother to other scouts. He seeks to understand others. He respects those with ideas and customs that are different from his own. A scout is courteous. A scout is polite to everyone, regardless of age or position. He knows that good manners make it easier for people to get along together. A scout is kind. A scout understands there is strength in being gentle. He treats others as he wants to be treated, and he does not harm or kill. A scout is obedient. A scout follows the rules of his family, school, and troop. He obeys the laws of his community and country. If he thinks these rules or laws are unfair, he tries to have them changed in an orderly manner rather than disobey them. A scout is cheerful. A scout looks for the bright side of life. He cheerfully does tasks that come his way, and he tries to make others happy. A scout is thrifty. A scout works to pay his way and help others. He saves for the future. He protects and conserves natural resources. He carefully uses time and property. A scout is brave. A scout can face danger even if he is afraid. He has the courage to stand up for what he thinks is right, even if others laugh at him or threaten him. A scout is clean. A scout keeps his body and mind fit and clean. Soap and water help a lot on the outside, but the inside is what counts. And then a scout is reverent. A scout is reverent towards God. He is faithful in his religious duties, and he respects the beliefs of others. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. A scout on his quest to reach the Eagle rank lives this daily life with these 12 points of the Scout Law embedded deeply in his character. I would now like to call upon Troop 405 Eagle Scout Brady Wachter to give you an idea of all the requirements a scout must fulfill as he travels along the trail from Tenderfoot to Eagle.
Every scout is expected to live his daily life following those principles of the 12 points of the Scout Law.
But to become an Eagle Scout, a scout must do much more than that. Along his trail to Eagle, Owen earned the Scout badge, by completing the requirements that taught him what is expected from a scout. As he earned ranks of tenderfoot, second class, and first class, he was introduced to those base concepts of scouting. He completed requirements that taught him about camping and camp cooking, first aid, knots and lashes, nature, swimming, physical fitness, and citizenship. Along the way of completing the requirements for Star, Life, and Eagle ranks, Owen has completed 23 merit badges, 13 of which were required for him to earn about managing money, communicating with others, worldwide citizenship, physical fitness, nature, and the environment, first aid, and how to be prepared for emergency situations. Some of the merit badges that Owen chose to work on and completed included subjects such as chess, movie making, energy, canoeing, and weather. Another major step that every scout must take along his trail to Eagle is to become a leader, to learn how to work with and work for his fellow scouts, both in patrols and in the troop. With a minimum of 16 months of leadership required, Owen has a total of 42 months, serving in 8 different qualifying junior leadership positions, serving with our troop. So what is an Eagle Scout? Well, to take a quote from an old handbook for Scoutmasters, an Eagle Scout is someone who is qualified to help others, as well as take care of himself. Their badge is not a decoration, but rather a symbol of knowledge and ability.
Thank you, Brady. Before we talk about the 100 Scouts, it was brought to my attention today that I want to take a moment. If you are an Eagle Scout, please stand. As we go into this next part, I want you guys to take a look around and think about what it takes to be that Eagle Scout. All right, thank you. You might be seated. Because with all that work, yes, you guys are beautiful. With all that work, time, and commitment and dedication in mind, listen as former Scoutmaster Todd Walker gives you a few statistics on scouting.
Of any of the 100 boys who become scouts, it must be confessed that 30 will drop out in the first year. Perhaps this may be regarded as a failure, but later in life, all these will remember that they had been scouts and will speak well of the program, many wishing they hadn't dropped out. Of the 100, 12 will be from families that belong to no church, and through scouting, these 12 and many other families will be brought into contact with a church and will continue to be active all their lives. 5 will earn a religious award. One of those 100 will become a pastor. Each of the 100 will learn something from scouting. Almost all will develop hobbies that will add interest through the rest of their lives. 8 will enter a vocation that was introduced to them in scouting. 17 of the 100 boys will later become scout leaders and will give leadership to thousands of additional boys. This creates an ever-winding ripple of good citizens with values who believe that character counts. Nationally, only 4 of the 100 will reach the Eagle rank, and at least 1 will later say that he valued his Eagle above his college degree. Only 1 in 4 boys in America will become a scout, but it is interesting to know that all the leaders of our nation in business, religion, politics, 3 out of 4 of them were scouts. Rittman's Troop 405 was established in 1928 by the members of the American Legion Post. In our 97-year history, thousands of our community boys have participated in scouting, and today, Owen, you represent Troop 405's 72nd Scout to earn the rank of Eagle Scout.
Thank you, Todd. Owen's honor guard is made up of his fellow scouts, Tristan Riggs and Connor Butler. Will the honor guard please escort Owen to the front? And now, to give Owen the Eagle Charge and Pledge, is Eagle Scout Class of 2021, Justin Rada.
The foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. He knows that a scout is trustworthy is the very first point of the scout law for a good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not only because honor is important to him, but because of the vital significance of the example he sets for other scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on his home, his church, his troop, and his community. May the white of the Eagle badge remind you to always live with honor. The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. A scout is true to his family, scout leaders, friends, school, and nation. His loyalty to his troop and brother scouts makes him pitch in and carry his share of the load. All these help to build the loyalty, which means devotion to community, to country, to one's own ideals, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle badge always inspire your loyalty. The third obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which men measure themselves and others. To a scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical danger, but the determination to stand up for what is right. Trusting in God with faith in his fellow man, he looks forward to each day, seeking his share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you always of courage. The fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile, the red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the Second Class Scout Award, which has its ends turned up into a smile. The final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who still toil up scouting's trail, just as others helped him on his climb to Eagle. The performance of the daily good turn takes on a new meaning when he enters a more adult life of continuing service to others. The Eagle stands as protector of the weak and helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and the oppressed. He upholds the rights of others while defending his own. He will always be prepared to put forth his best. You deserve much credit for having achieved Scouting's highest award, but wear your award with humility, ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example. May the Scout Oath and Scout Law be your guide for tomorrow and onward. And now for the pledge. I reaffirm my allegiance
I reaffirm with my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoroughly
I
recognize
thoroughly recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and my responsibilities
of an Eagle Scout.
of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training an example,
to maintain an example,
my rank and influence
my rank and influence,
count strongly for better scouting.
starting for better scouting
In my troop,
in my troop,
in my
in
community,
my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
in my contact with other people.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
To this pledge, to this sacred honor.
Two.
Thank you, Justin. Would the honor guard please escort the candidates' parents forward while troop committee members Ken Mann and Scott Riggs, along with Assistant Scoutmaster Brian Hall, come forward to present the Eagle Awards and additional congratulations and gifts.
Owen, your parents have undoubtedly been your primary source of help and strength. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice from your mother. I'd like your mother to pin the Eagle Medal on your uniform. In recognition of your mother's devotion, please present her with her Eagle Mother's pin. Your father has been the source of much advice and guidance along the Eagle Trail, so I'd like him to present the Eagle Scout certificate to you. In return, please present your father with his Eagle Father's pin. Owen. And now it gives me great pleasure to present to you our newest Eagle Scout, Owen David Cavicchi. Your parents can be seated, Owen, but you're staying up here. Alongside the efforts of Owen's parents, there are others that Owen feels were instrumental in helping him to earn his Eagle rank. At this time, we will allow Owen the opportunity to recognize those individuals with the BSA Mentors pin.
Mr. Marcel, thank you for being my pack leader. You were a great pilot, Dobby.
You can take a pin down too, Marilyn. They'll follow you right now. Wherever you need to go, Owen.
Mrs. Gentleman, thank you for being my team leader. We had a good time at their meetings. I remember carving soap. Mr. Wachter, thank you for being my scaremaster. You saved me when I shut down the wave pool.
Don't stick me.
I never stop you, brother. I practice. Mr. Butler, thank you for being my scaremaster. Thank you for coming to get me when I broke my leg. Mr. Hall, thank you for helping with the troop in my Eagle Scout project. I enjoyed the seat from your canopy. And lastly, Mr. Wiggs, thank you for helping with the troop in my Eagle Scout project. You did a great job towing the trailer. Thank you everyone for coming today. Thank you everyone who helped with my Eagle Scout project. I collected and repaired 36 instruments for the Wadsworth Band. Thank you for everyone who participated and helped set up today. At the end of the ceremony, please join us in the fellowship hall for some refreshments.
Owen, we've got a bunch of congratulatory letters and some gifts that have been you've received. The very first thing, so we don't forget, is that box that we were just pulling all the pins out there. It's a gift to you from Troop 405. It's engraved with your name and the date that you earned your Eagle. And we're glad to be able to give that to each and every Eagle Scout that we have. I'll try to go through these letters of congratulations rather quickly and not read too many of them because I know you want the presents. We have a letter from the National Scout Service Center and from the National Eagle Scout Association, which you'll get a card from them. You're now a member of the Eagle Association, and you can stay with that how long you want. We have a certificate from the American Legion. We have a certificate from the National Park Service. We have a certificate for you from the National Aeronautic and Space Administration. You know who that is? NASA. We have a certificate, this one's from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. You like go fishing? We have at least 2 letters from the Wadsworth City Schools congratulating you, from the superintendent and the principal, and there's certificates that goes along with those letters in this pile of certificates here also. Okay. We have a letter of congratulations from the Ohio State University. We got a letter from the United States Marine Corps. The Department of Defense, and some company called Nintendo. You know what they are? We have another from another company here, and I was making a joke about the Nintendo, but I don't know who this is, so you'll have to tell people if they don't know what it is. Nemo.
It's a shipping store.
And there's a gift down here from Nemo that the guys will pick out and we'll give it to you there. I believe. Next one down, maybe. Maybe I've got it confused with a different one. Okay. Must be a different one back there. Oh, I'm sorry, here it is. You have stickers in the back of your letter here, okay? I know that got something for you. We have a certificate from the Congress of the United States, and I got to read 1 or 2 of these, so I'll pick this one out to read it here. Dear Owen, I am pleased to offer my sincere congratulations to you on becoming an Eagle Scout. The amount of hard work and dedication it takes to reach such an honorable achievement is extremely admirable. Eagle Scouts are an example of excellence and leadership, and you should be very proud to join this group. The commitment you have made to your community is one that greatly emphasizes the strong character that you possess. Keep up the good work and continue to lead by example. I send you my best wishes for your continued success. On behalf of the 7th Congressional District of Ohio, I commend you on a job well done. Max Miller, Member of Congress. We have one from the Department of the Navy. There's a lot of military places that are saying congratulations. Are you going to join? This is a recognition. Oh, that's one of the certificates from the high school, Wadsworth High School. And another certificate from the high school. And this one's from Frank La Rosa, Ohio Secretary of State. Mike DeWine, sent you one, Governor. This one's from the House, the State of Ohio House of Representatives. That was a big one. I'm going to save that one for last. Over here in the corner, we have a letter of congratulation and a gift from Unspeakable.
Out there, make sure to please subscribe to him.
We have a gift from Discraft. What's that about? Discraft.
I don't know. Open it and find out.
Frisbees.
That's a big frisbee. Oh, wow.
And some more Frisbees.
We're gonna have to go play.
Oh, yeah, it's on.
All right.
Whoa.
And we have one from Moon Marble Company. I believe it is a marble in a bag. A special made marble. Cool.
Whoa.
And a patch. And I think the only thing left there comes from John Strock, who's away on a cruise, but he always gives the Eagle Scouts their own Dutch oven and expects you to invite him over once you cook it.
That's what I need to love it.
And this one I saved for last, Owen. A proclamation from the office of Honorable Mayor William J. Robertson. Whereas Owen Cavicchi, a member of Troop 405 in Rittman, Ohio, has achieved the Eagle Scout Award, the highest award in Boy Scouts of America, and whereas on his trail to becoming an Eagle Scout, Owen has earned 27 merit badges and has served the troop in 8 different leadership positions, and whereas Owen provided the planning and coordination for the musical instrument collection drive that collected old instruments and had them cleaned for students who may not be able to afford an instrument to be able to be part of the marching band, and whereas Owen is a proud member of the Wadsworth High School Marching Grizzly Band, and he was voted to the Wadsworth High School 2024 Homecoming Court, whereas when Owen is not playing in the marching band, he enjoys golfing, camping, and spending time with his family and friends. I now, therefore, William Robertson, Mayor of the City of Rittman, do hereby designate Sunday, February 16, 2025 as Owen Cavicchi Day in the City of Rittman and encourage the community to participate in appreciation, recognition programs, ceremonies, and activities. Happy Owen Day. I'm pretty sure everybody has an Owen story, and at this point in time, we'll have people come up, or we can bring a microphone down to you, but please use the microphone so people at home can hear. If you're willing to talk about Owen, and we won't give you a hard time at all. Jordan, turn it on. Anybody want to go first?
Oh, Owen. Where to start? That would be the more question. Because as I was sitting here thinking on the way in, I was thinking back to our first real camp I can remember with you. We went down to Tuscazor, and you had this little frisbee that had a little circle cut out of it. It was easy to hold to throw. I think you were just starting to learn how to get into the frisbee stuff. And me and Mr. Walker were kept messing with you by taking it from you, and then you would take it back and you throw. We were just goofing around back and forth. But I'll never forget you sitting in your little chair. You take this little frisbee thing, and you hold it up to your face like this, and you're like, "Fight me!" Every time we would go take it, you'd be like, "Fight me!" I have no idea why that sticks in my mind so much when I think of you, Owen, but it does. It's this little boy, "Fight me!" And followed up by his dad then complaining that he was ended up sleeping next to Bryant, who snored really bad. That was like the highlights of that weekend. But to go from that to the other story, honestly, I forgot about the broken leg one till you mentioned it when you were giving me the pin. But going to our last adventure trip, this story really shows how much you've grown as a scout. When we were down there, you saw someone getting a junior ranger pin. Remember that? And so he's like, "How do I get one?" And so we went and found out, and you had to fill out this little booklet from their museum and whatnot. And you got all the boys together, and all of you worked together on that booklet to finish it as quickly as possible. You were even filling it out on the bus ride when we went into the cave, which me and Owen tackled how many steps in that cave? You remember that? Oh man, we were beating those steps up, weren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. By halfway through, the steps became our mortal enemy, right? We just had to keep winning each staircase. But at the end of it, we got back, he got the booklet, and then all of us stood around while he was sworn in as a junior park deputy down there. And I just remember that for forever. So, all right, I'll stop because there's plenty more, but other people want to say more. Go ahead, it's okay. The mic don't bite.
Okay. So I've known Owen for the entirety of my Boy Scout career, but the one memory that comes back to me whenever I think of him actually isn't a funny or embarrassing memory. So I can't remember what camp out this was, but this was one of our first years, there, and there's this big hike to this thing called something Roost. Is on top of a mountain, you look over, and it's just a beautiful scene. Well, I remember Owen's walking up, starting to get disheartened. We're pulling him up, we're dragging him up. The part that sticks out to me the most is the ear-to-ear smile of just radiant happiness when he finally made it to the top. That's the one thing I remember about him. That no matter how hard something is, he gets it done, and the one thing you can see and the brightest thing in the room is that smile of his.
My grandson, and we live in Pennsylvania, about 6 hours away by the turnpike. So Owen's been coming to our house for a long time, and those of you who have raised children can understand at the earlier ages they can become obsessed with things that they want to do but they aren't allowed to do. And so with the car seat laws today, unlike when my wife and I grew up, you can't ride in the car without a seat. I'm not sure how old you have to be, but anyway, I had this really old pickup truck that always parked in the driveway. And this became an obsession with Owen to ride in this old beat-up pickup truck. So finally, I forget how old he was, but he was able to ride in the pickup truck, but not legally on the road. So we'd go 100 feet down the driveway, and then we'd back up. And then we'd go 100 feet down the driveway, and we'd back up. So time goes on, Owen got older, and he no longer needed to be in a car seat, so he could now ride in the truck, and he announced to his mother that he's going to ride in the truck somewhere. He didn't know where, but he could finally ride in the truck. So a couple years later, he comes to the house, and he goes to get in the truck, and the truck was a mess, and he opens the door to the passenger side of the truck, and he looks at me, and he goes, "That's disgusting." with the inflection and the attitude that it deserved. So in the timeline of the truck, we finally progressed to what we called a workman's lunch at McDonald's. We go to McDonald's and we get food, and then we park in a space there, and we eat like workmen used to eat, or when I was working construction and that kind of stuff, you ate wherever you could when you got the food. So we'd eat a workman's lunch. And the surprising thing was, do people have any idea how much a Happy Meal costs now versus when I was that age? So Owen has quite the history in my old beat-up truck. Unfortunately, that truck went to truck heaven. A lot of fond memories for Owen in that truck.
So my husband and I own the Valley Cafe, so we've been friends of Owen for 10 years, and he would come in every Sunday to give Mom a break. Kevin and Owen would come in, and we became friends. There's always a wait, and so over the years, we had a handwritten, we have digital now, but we had a handwritten wait list, and Owen just would come in and talk, and so we would talk, and then I said, "Hey, do you want to start taking people to tables?" So he'd start taking the people to tables. He'd figure out how many menus, he'd seat them. And then he started writing on the wait list, and we figured out what all the columns meant, and you would put all the names in there. And then the best part, he would always come in, after a while, he just came in, move me over, and write his own reservation on the wait list. And he would call all the people in front of him. And then the best part, we waited for it every Sunday, he'd go, Owen, party of 2. Owen, party of 2. That's me. And he'd seat himself.
Owen's den leader, in addition with Kevin. We took over a den. I was kind of the reluctant one, but without Kevin, we wouldn't have gotten this done and getting through Scouts. And there were days every time I come in, kids would be, and I just wanted to go home. But there was a bright spot. Every meeting, I could count on Owen always being happy to learn. Every meeting, he was there, ready to go, had all his stuff, wanted to learn. Owen, you made every second of it worth it, and I appreciate it more than you know. I wish my son would have stuck with it, but I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
I have 2 stories, two jaw-dropping incidences that I had with Owen. The first one, I told the troop a long time ago, I'm done car camping, cabin camping. If you're going kayaking, canoe camping, backpacking camping, I'm your man. I'll be there. I'll drive. I'll get the boys where we need to go, and that will. They were going on an adventure trip down to Dolly Sides, my favorite place to backpack. And I said, who's all going? Interested in how many adults and boys. And they said, Owen's going, and my jaw dropped. And I'm like, they don't know how rough this area is. But they said he's going. He's been out doing work up backpacks and stuff, so off we went. And we didn't get about half an hour into the trail, and Owen was struggling very much. He didn't want to use his hiking staves for some reason, but I could see this just wasn't going to work where we were going to go, and we were still on the flats. And we got the adults back up there to try to help, try to figure out what to do. The boys were way ahead, and Owen coined one of our favorite sayings now when we were trying to get him to walk with his hiking staves. Ain't happening, bro. And while it was a jaw-dropping experience when they told me that, it turned out okay. Kevin took Owen on a less hard trail while the rest of us went on the hard stuff. And as far as I know, they had a blast, father and son together. So it turned out fine. When we ran into Owen 2 days later, he was all happy and hugging us, and he had a great adventure. So I'm glad you did a good job on that one. The other one was, and I've talked to a couple other people about this, Owen, the jaw dropping is when you came to me as your coach for your Eagle project, you told me what you were going to do with the instruments and stuff, and I'm not musical inclined. I don't know instruments or anything like that. And my jaw dropped, not because I didn't think you could do it. I knew you could do the parts you needed to do, but I didn't think anybody was going to part with their musical instruments that they played in band when they were in high school, because I know my son won't give up his trombone, and my best friend won't give up his saxophone that he played 40-some years ago. But you got people to give up their instruments, and you did a great job. And you should be very proud of that. I know we all are, of what you did on that project and stuff. Anyone else? Uh-oh. Dad.
I was thinking back 40 years ago, I was a Cub Scout, and Papa Bob, he got really into it. Like, he would take the Pinewood Derby car to work and talk to the other dads to figure out. So that's probably what was going on when I signed you up for Cub Scouts. And Kristen said, that's great, it's your thing. You know? So mostly was. She never had to go camping. And, you know, then we went on to Boy Scouts. You know, we met Mr. Wachter. I remember we were interrupted in our conversation because all I heard was Owen's dad. You were down on the field in a game of Red Rover, and I had to come go get you. But then you came over to 405, and it's been great. You're not a backpacker, right? The first time the sleeping bag wasn't warm enough, and only Todd could get you moving again, so thank God he came. And then the second time was Dolly Sods. It was fun. We hiked 4 miles in 11 hours, so, you know. And, but we made it, and then, you know, then we broke our leg. So anyways, I won't make you backpack anymore. But if I think back to Cub Scouts when we walked through Manitowoc, and I would be dragging you, and you'd be screaming, and parents would look at us, and, you know. And then by the time we got to summer camp, I learned I could just sit under the canopy and drink my coffee, and you would go off to a merit badge, and you would reappear at camp. And, you know, then I told your mother about that, and she was aghast, but you figured out your way. You know, he said, I saw the dining hall, so I didn't go on the Blue Trail, which is, 5 miles away. But it's just amazing, everything you were able to do, so I'm really proud of you.
If there's no one else, we'll turn it back over to Scoutmaster Matt. Oh, and you'll have to stay up there just a little bit longer.
I guess I will talk about Bricko mode since no one else wanted to. So this was when my oldest boy Wyatt was still in Scouts, and they were going to go down to Dolly Sods to see no, we're down Dallas. I grew up in Manitowoc. We were guys were going to go down and see. Pull a blank on what's the name of that waterfall. Minnehaha. And they get going a little ways, and then Owen just decides that he's done, and he stops. And it was like he was like very new still into the troop, and the boys were like, we don't know what to do. Like, he just is not moving. He's in Bricko mode. And they found out that getting him to sing or anything like that will get him moving again. And then that became an ongoing strategy, and I'm surprised Mr. Hall didn't talk about this when we went over to the Camp Butler side. We were on our way back. And it was probably a good, maybe about another mile hike back to the camp, and he just stopped again. And it was right after The Greatest Showman had came out. And so Mr. Hall pulls out his phone and starts playing The Greatest Showman, and Owen's out there in the front, just marching right along to it. So, all right, so that was our Bricko mode. When I looked at the boys, they're like, that's Wyatt's story. And I'm like, well, he isn't here. He's in California. You guys could have stepped up for him, all right? So, all right. And now I'd like to ask Pastor Lyndon to bring our ceremony to a close with a benediction.
I hear 3 words as we reflected today. First is community. It's about the common good. It's civics. It's being with others. So I thank the Boy Scouts and its insistence in serving and in being in community, because that's what this nation needs. So service beyond our own self-interests, community and the collective. The second one also starts with a C. It's character. Character is what you do when no one is looking, and integrity is being the same both publicly and privately. So thank you again to the Boy Scouts, for the mentors, for insisting on character, for the virtues that instill character, for the singing that gets us to where we need to go. And the final C is the Cavicchis. To know them is to love them. To be in their life is to be blessed by them, both individually and collectively. So friends, go from here with a blessing of character, of community, and of the Cavicchis. May grace and peace be yours. This service is ended. Your service now begins. Amen.
I would like to invite all the scouts who are here today to come forward and join hands in our closing circle, and to remind everyone that there is a reception following our ceremony. Will everyone please stand as our scouts recite the scouts' closing prayer, and then remain standing as our scouts complete our ceremony with the retirement of the colors.
And now,
greatest master of all scouts, watch over us to meet again. Amen.
Colors. Flags. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and that includes our Eagle Court of Honor for Owen Cavicchi. Thank you.